And C2 PT Blue PT Cruiser Julie, you could actually tell that some of us were actually Jew or like blue people before, the blue people with pointy teeth, and that you could tell that this certain faction of hillbillies stalks people. But you can actually, with the way they got it set up with their Detroit assembly line deal, basically going with Red Randy and their Gordon and Roble Knight and 61 Amphibious Spaceman, Joe, and Ellery. You can actually tell that the origin of the debauchery of Joe's assault started in Michigan. And he's done nothing but lie with Harry. Harry even lied to you. And now hillbilly Julie, she'll wear red now. All of a sudden, she's got diabetes like my great uncle Carl, and that doesn't work. So you can actually tell that the group of them pushed people out of the way, fully well knowing that they created and murdered the three of us and the two of us, or the two girls, one boy, or whatever, and destroyed like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of education and shit. And so you can actually, like I said, Joe, Harry, Bernard, Roble Knight, Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, Doug King. You can actually see the assembly line of Ellery and the Roble Rapist Knight in the 1961 Amphibious Spaceman. You can see their assembly line going down into Florida or Texas, into Colorado, into here for their, their assault and entrance into other people's lives. And so instead of them doing it the right way, they just steal and jack it all up. And then when it doesn't work, then they have the nasty shit attitudes that they do. So they're all drugged up, but they still think they're going to, their assembly line is the way to get in and do it the right way. But it's a complete lie. Yeah, right. So see, PT Cruiser Julie, I could show you right there that they're already lying. So like half of the city is like lying and making up a story around the people they screwed over. So Jim Riley, Tom Thurston, Trevor Rieger, Joe Zillig, Harry J. Race, Bernard LaChance, Bernard E. Freeman, Bernard LaChance, DJ Dave Balamorad, Steve Jones, Perlita Jones, Quinn Wands, 1961 Amphibious Baseman, the Oyster Cracker Man, the Purple Bike Rims Boy, the Ellery Boys, Charles T. Ellery, and Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, and the GPS Small Fry Anklet Rapist Knight. You're the problems. The Whispering Faggot, the Fairmount, Joe, Marktown Geico, Joe Topet. Let's see. Oh, the Maltese Night Cross Thief. The McDonald's rapist, the Blue Room rapist, the Barnyard rape, all that nasty stuff you guys did. And it locks down even more, Joe. Like I said, Harry, right there, I can prove by their assembly line that Red Randy and Red Gordon and you guys run is jacked up, man. It basically proves you guys stole it and lie. And so you guys basically lie around the people you guys abused, raped, murdered, whatever. So like I said, Joe, Easy Zombie Joe, it shows the origin to be probably Indiana or Michigan, and then you guys rebirthed it in for Karen's Country and Western. Brian, Stan, Steve, DJ Dave. So you guys are the liars because you guys stole it. And the dude floats around pretending, telling people how great he is with Bernard the Locarny. But Bernard, when you guys have it running like that, that means Bernard, Dave, Harry, you're the ones that killed Kim, killed Bailey, killed me, screwed up Phil, screwed over my father Greg, screwed over Jay Beswick, Ron Miller, you guys screwed over, Mel Kobe, you guys screwed over, Paul Puler, you screwed over for your supposed All-American and Cowboy and Indian story, Joe. This is why we had an argument, because Joe, you're a liar. Harry, you're a liar. You guys did it so you could get laid. And when you get caught, so like I said, dude, you can tell that you guys assaulted the Schwartzes because they had it going on, the Beswicks, the Kentiers, the Godfreys, and all started with being jealous over pointy teeth, and then the Disneyland, and then the condos, then the Sea World. Then they run to the other side. Oh, we're more superior than you. See, Joe, if you just left me and my friends alone, left me and Brian Miller alone and some of the people who knew how to get it working instead of running your rapist mutilation camp, we wouldn't have a problem. But you're just some violent piece of shit that just can't seem to get it through his brain. Harry and them think they don't have to do any of the work. It'll just, Go football, baseball. So, Harry, Joe, Perlita, it proves that it's you, Doug King, Elton Andrews, and Don Wiley, because of the attitude and what you guys do with it. You want Harry and them to say Christian rock and roll, and then they screw people over, and then they go to be Jew. So Bernard, Ellery, Roble Knight, if you went over to Israel to take it over, or to France, or to Spain, Japan, England, like I said, Joe, people overseas know you're a dipshit murderer. Then you bring the problem over here or into Mexico. You guys just tell all the people that are easily oppressible, or you guys could take advantage of a big-ass story of lies. And then when you get caught, you guys run away and then leave a mess. Steal you of the bittins. Can't do it the bittins. Basically, you guys in those boxes have screwed you over because the whole group of you sit there and lie about the whole situation in the first place. Because you're carny, Joe. Ellery and his 3 Negroes, and your 3 white boys, Harry or Joe. You're lying carnies after you guys stole the stuff and lied, and then you set in your little assembly line of shit, Joe, and have your hillbillies come through. They're not going to be healthy enough or whatever, but they expect to be taken care of, and they don't. So you're the eye poker team, Joe, the face poker team, the shit team, the team-bitted rapist team that made it more difficult instead of easier, because Joe Zillig and them think that they need to give out a military lesson, a religious lesson to beings that shouldn't have been militarized in the first place. So, ladies, military, police officers, firefighters, team up together. Learn the mistakes of Joe Zillig's and Ellery's zombie machine of 3 times in a row getting caught, and come up with your new paradise. Become healthy, and have your Christmas gift for me again. Hilton's, Bowman's, Kennedy's. And take it away from Bernard LaChance and Doug King, the fake eyes that need to put in, chips and stuff in people's bodies and lie and make up a program. Yes, they'll probably delete it. But NASA, download it. IHS, download it. Lockheed, download it. Apple, Microsoft, Google, YouTube, and to download it, because nobody thought of that like 14 at least 10 years ago, that you guys were terrorists or not. So like I said, the Red Roble Knight terrorist that screwed it up on the East Coast and made up a story with Jim Riley, the hovering bridges, or Joe hovering rapist bridges. Look, all the families you guys do this to, Joe. And then Colorado, and then here. So we just follow their assembly line that they made, the hillbilly assembly line of failure, and you will find out that Joe and Ellery are the rapists up in Michigan, and it repeats down here, and they screwed over Navy SEALs and fighter pilots and submariners, and because Ellery can't handle it. He's not a real hero with Joe. So stick that nose up in the air and take a whiff of your own shit, Joe.